do something. But for right now, this is just to hold everything that I need. Hold on. And I'll show you that. Okay. Yeah, that's all I want. That's all I want. Just like that. Okay. So the first item that I'm going to put in there are my mom's 9-inch dressmaker shears. So can you see that? Let's see. Yeah. So the first item is going to be my mom's 9-inch Ginger dressmaker shears. They're in their own box. So I'm going to, that's the way I keep them. Even when I'm not using them, they stay in this box. So those are going to go in there. My Ginger, oops, can you guys see? Here you go. My Ginger pinking shears. There you go. I don't use these all the time. The next thing is going to be something that's new to my station. Earlier this year, I was able to find some Ginger duck bills. Now, why are we going to need duck bills? I don't know. But I've never used them. They are brand new. So it is on the list to use them. So I have my duck bills. The next item is my snips. These are my Ginger snips here, and I use these all of the time. The snipping off of the threads. Rotary cutter is going to go in there. I don't use it much, but we may need it. The next item is going to be an assortment of hand needles. This particular pack here is a pack that I bought from Joann's when they were closing, and it has the open end. I don't know if you can see it, but the end is open for easy thread right there. So those, and I found a few other packs, some that came with my machine by Singer, and some that I already had. This is an assortment here. Okay, so those are going to go in. Next are going to be marking materials, marking pens. These are the Friction by Pilot. So I have 2 left over from my pack. They're blue. I have one of these Clover chalk wheels. Let's see. So it's got a wheel here. Chalk is in there for tracing. I do have 1 piece of chalk. It's blue. I need to probably find a white one. I do have, I think this is by Clover, but it has the chalk already in it, and it has a wheel on this end. And then I saw this earlier this year. Someone was using this. This is a multicolored set. You take the lead out by, I think you push it. You push this end out, and then the lead comes out of it, and then you choose what color you want to use and replace it. It also has an eraser on the other end. Okay. The seams, we are supposed to have a seam gauge. We're supposed to have a regular ruler. This one is a 18-inch metal with a cork back. And I'm not sure if these are the right ones, but I picked these up about 3 years ago. These are the French curves, and they're not real long, so they're about as long or almost as long as this basket. So I have 3 different ones. Those are gonna go in there. My notcher. It's not on the list, I don't think, but I am gonna add it. a thimble. Now this thimble is my mom's, and I know it's hers because it's real sturdy. Thimbles, most thimbles that I've found today, they're not as sturdy as this one. So it is a closed end. It is not a tailor's thimble, but if I do find a good tailor's thimble, I will add it to my arsenal. So I have a closed one, and I'm going to actually put it in with my pins. And these are the pins that I like to use. These are also the pins that the instructor said are very good to use. These are quilter's pins. There doesn't look like it's a lot in here, but that's fine, because when Joann's closed, I did go and pick up some extras, and I have 2 of these. So the extras are going to go in the basket, and the thimble is going to go in the tray with the pins, like that. And I'm going to sit that in there. The next thing it said was for us to have a stencil brush. I don't have a stencil brush, but I bought some actual art brushes earlier this year. See if you can see that. And I pulled this one out. I think this one is the closest one that resembles a stencil brush. So I'm going to put that in. The next item is not on the list, but sometimes you never know when you're going to need it, is a tape measure. I'm putting one in there because for whatever reason, sometimes I always manage to take one from one area and take it to another area. So I have one in my bedroom when I'm crocheting, so it's with my crochet bag, and then I have 3 up here. So usually I get one from up here, and I usually have it in my hand or something, and I take it away. So I'm gonna put one in the basket just so I know it's in there, just in case we have to have it. In case I run across some things that I need to jot down, I'm going to put a notepad in there. And because I have carpet on my floors, I'm gonna add my extra long, extra heavy duty magnet, because I drop pins and I can't see them. Where'd you go? I can't see them, so I like to take this and run this across the floor. So I'm gonna add that. The other items won't fit in the bag. These are my organza pressing cloths. I'm gonna actually lay them on the shelf on the ironing board that's underneath. I have my clapper. Auntie Carol, I do have my clapper. I do have it. There we go. Let's see. I also have my seam roll and my ham. Okay, so these items are these heavy items like these three, the last 3 are gonna sit on the drafting table next to where next to my station. And when I'm not using these items, they're gonna go back into this basket, and I'm going to sit this basket on the table next to the pressing items, so that all I have to do is actually pick it up. And I'm gonna actually, I don't know if you can see, but I'm actually going to, hold on. There we go. Here we go. I usually have all things in here, and I always have to fumble around. So what I'm gonna do is actually take this basket when I'm when I'm sewing on this project, and I'm gonna sit it right here. That way it's always next to me while I'm actually sewing on the project. But for now, it's gonna just sit over here on the drafting table. So I did this actual video because I want to track and see what I've done over the course of the time, and also use it as an option for me to come back and maybe pick up something that I don't normally do or normally use, and just to have a visual of, you know, how I have progressed. I'm going to have a playlist just for this blazer on my channel, and then you can, if you see something that you like, feel free to actually go ahead and do the same thing, or if you know something that I could put in the basket, let me know. I am hoping that this project not only broadens my skills, but actually teach me some patience. So y'all deal with me on that, okay? So with that being said, I thank you for joining me today while I show you what I am getting into as far as my sewing project is concerned. You will see a video. I'm not sure exactly how far in between or anything like that I will do it, because this is a as-you-go self-paced project, and I will just show you what I'm doing along the way. So thank you for joining me today, and y'all be blessed.